welcome back to Crafters TV. I hope you're having a great Monday. Some people don't like Mondays. I love them because here at Crafters TV they are jam-packed full of fabulous shows, and that is exactly what we've got for you over the next 2 hours. It is all about Monday Makers, of course, which is that one show where we maybe go a little bit more in-depth, a little bit more advanced, but there's absolutely still something for everyone to learn. And the reason there's something for everyone to learn is because I am not here on my own. My TV wife, the Fish, Debbie Fisher, is back with me. How are you, Debbie?
Good evening, Joe. Yeah, really well. We've had a fabulous day. You've absolutely loved the Autumn's Blessing. Sara's show was just so manic and you've absolutely loved it, and I can absolutely see why. But I'm just going to start off with showing you a few samples so you can get to grips with it if you want to, because I know it just keeps selling out, but we've got a few more in, and you can see the selection that we've got. But really beautiful designs these are. I can see why everyone loves these, Joe, because literally we do have a collection that has everything in it that's autumnal. Those beautiful colours, we've got dies and stamps, we've got beautiful stencil backgrounds, we've got amazing embossing folders. This embossing folder is just gorgeous, and if you're wondering how we can get that precise colouring on that embossing folder, it's because it comes with a stencil. We've got the gorgeous autumnal tree, so whether you want to do your tree, have the leaves at the bottom, you can fill it with lots of leaves or few leaves. It's got those stamps to be able to do that, and you can see just down here on the bottom we've got the gorgeous toadstools. We've got then the more embossing folders. We've got then these bits here. I just love these, Joe.
Aren't they?
Yeah, so think about Halloween that's coming out, think about Thanksgiving. This collection has got everything you need to get you through the autumn and the winter and Christmas months.
It's going to be amazing. It did. The previous bundle that we had, well, the previous two bundles in fact that we had, did both sell out in the earlier show. Let me show you what we've got for you. And what I would always say is with our Sara signature ranges, our Nature's Garden collections, it's a case of when a bundle sells out, we bring you a backup bundle, but the bundles only get smaller from here on in. So if you want the biggest bundle you're going to be able to get your hands on, then that is exactly what you've got here. I'm going to come round. Hi, and share with you what's in here. So you've got amazing embossing folder and stencil, you've got stamps in here, more stamps of course for you. You've got the 6x6 paper pad in here, that amazing layering stamp, then you've got your sentiments, embossing folders, stencils and dies. So essentially you've got all of the hardware that we bought you in the earlier bundle, and you've the paper, with regards to paper in here, you get the 6x6 pad included. We've still worked really hard to give you a brilliant saving. The team honestly have pulled this out of the bag today to try and get a backup bundle. So $38.84 or $44.58 is a saving for you. Platinum price of $59.22 or $75.78. I need to let you know, we've been live 5 minutes though, and 10% of the brand new bundle has already sold out. This is meant to be featured tomorrow in Launch Party, tomorrow evening. I'm not sure it will make it there. It is very, very busy again already on that. I know a lot of you missed out and will be now coming in to get your hands on that. Something else that's amazing in this show and was so incredibly popular when we launched it for you is of course Watercolor Christmas. It is a gorgeous, gorgeous collection. You've got snowmen in here, there are beautiful icicles there, loads of different things in here. So you've got embossing folders in there, those wonderful dome dies that you can create, acetate, vellum. You're going to get the 12x12 luxury cardstock, the 6x6 printed papers are in here for you, along with your sentiments. It really is a fantastic collection. Also dies, stamps and dies in there too. If you're looking for one Christmas collection that I think you're going to be able to create the vast majority of your Christmas projects from, this is definitely it. I would go as far as to say probably the busiest Christmas launch we have had over this festive crafting period. If you want to get it, again an amazing saving for you, $103.54 or $132.54 for platinum members. If you want to have a little bit of a natter with me and a gossip, have you got some salacious gossip to share with me? Slide into the DMs. Facebook, Crafters TV. If you're over on YouTube, then of course it's Crafters Companion, all the usual ways. Betsy's here, I can see Jean-Anne, Mary, Terry saying hi. Looking forward to lots of giggles. I'm sure there will be giggles aplenty. There were a lot of giggles last night. We were just discussing that in the break. Aish says, hello again, Joe and Debbie. I'm so happy to see you spending my day off with crafty friends and learning new things. Trisha's showing off as well because she managed to get the collection a little earlier today. Right, what would you like to start with then, Debbie?
So we're going to go to Sara's watercolour collection. This collection is absolutely beautiful. You are going to love it, and you have loved it. So we thought we'd bring it back and we'd do some extra pieces with it. Now, it's so lovely. This one here is such a beautiful snowflake, but believe it or not, Joe, this is a half a snowflake die.
Right.
All will become clear because I'm going to use it in the first demo, but when you put them together, it creates this massive snowflake, which is incredible. You've got Christmas trees in there, of course, which are beautiful. You've got all these bits here. Now look at these. This stamp is a stamp and die set. You've then got, you can see the actual snow globe, that is in this collection. The snowflakes are absolutely stunning. They're so intricate and beautiful, and you can just do so much with them. We've got the gorgeous little snowman, which was making me sing, do you want to build a snowman? And everyone was telling me to shut up. I think that was more to do with...
Who told you to shut up?
Tracy did.
Did she? Tracy, did you tell Debbie to shut up?
How dare she?
She's always shouting at me, honestly.
Yeah, I don't know whether it was my singing voice or whether it was just because I was singing Christmas songs. But this is a great one to have. So making a shaker card out of that die is amazing. And then I just want to show you this project. Let me see who's done it so we can give them a shout out. So Julia's done this, who works in our studios, and she's done this little project where she's made all these different cards, just popped in here, little gift tags. I mean, don't they look absolutely incredible? So what we're going to do to get started, let me just move these out the way and pop them back in my sample basket. I've got loads of samples on the show today, so we'll get lots shown. Now this is the snowflake that I was talking about. It's really gorgeous. Now what it is, it's an edgeable snowflake. So if I turn it round, you can see you've only got half a snowflake. So put together, you've got a really big snowflake. But the reason we've done it like this is because we've created an edgeable die. So we've just got a few little bits in there that haven't been poked out. So let me just pop them out. And then we're going to cut this. So what I've done, I'm going to give you the measurements of the card. I've done a 3.5 inch by 6 inches, and then I've just scored in the centre at 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to line this up along that score line, because all of this outside cutting edge cuts out, but
right,
this edge here doesn't cut. That's just going to stay in there, which means I can cut this entire snowflake out and leave a little rim. So we're going to do that. I'm going to get some low-tack tape, tape that down and send it through our Gemini. So nice and easy. So let me just make sure that's lined up right against that score line. And always fold your score lines in. And what I mean by that, so this one I've done exactly the same because we're going to make 2 of them. I've done my score line, but then I'm going to fold and burnish it. And the reason I always do that is because when you put your die cut through, it will flatten that edge out again, and you'll lose that score line. So do that first and it will always stay intact, and then you can just re-put that in. So I'm using my Gemini, but I'm going to bring in my Gemini Junior plates. I don't need my metal shim there, so let's just take that out and then run that through. So nice and easy. They're thin metal dies, so they're going to work in any of your die cutting machines. They will work in, I don't think they work in your Mini. I'm not sure the size. Let me see the size. Oh, it will work in your Mini, this die, Joe.
Ooh.
I know.
That's this week's Get It Got It Good, don't forget, with all those mini dies, which is a fantastic deal.
Really good, yeah. I didn't think that would, but it will fit inside your Gemini Mini because it's less than 3 inches, which is perfect. That would make a lovely stencil as well if you to use that. And then we're going to pop our other one in, just putting it onto that ridge again. And you can see I'm doing both of them because they take no time at all to go through the Gemini. In fact, they take exactly 8 seconds just to run through, and you get that beautiful die. So I'm going to fold that one back over, so that gives us our first part. And then we're going to take our other one out and do exactly the same. So take our tape off from there, take those bits out, and then that works beautifully. Just get rid of those bits, pop that back, and there we go. We've got our 2 snowflakes. So if we was to put these together, so let me fold that crease back in. There we go. And this one, you can see here, you've got a full snowflake, which is absolutely stunning. And if you think about it, Joe, the size of this then, which is nearly 6 inches width all the way round, this would cost you a lot of money in a die. So by doing one, it cuts the cost down tremendously. So we've got the two, and the reason I've put those little tabs on at the end, I'm going to bring in some acetate. So I've just got some snowflake acetate, and I'm going to attach these to each side. But what I don't want to do, I don't want to attach this bit, because we're going to attach this onto a card. So what we're going to use is this front section put onto here, and we're going to use these as like the front doors of our card, which will create a gatefold card. So taking all my workings out, I'm then going to bring in our dotty tape pen. The dotty tape pen is great for any intricate dies. So popping that onto here, and then I'm going to just put it where it's needed. So I don't want to put it on this strip just yet. So we're just going to go along and pop all those dots where they are needed.
Pam E's just left me a comment, which has really made me laugh. She says, every time Joe mentions gossip, this quote pops into my head by Claire Belcher in Steel Magnolias. Well, you know what they say, if you don't have anything nice to say about anybody, come sit by me. I've not heard that before, have you?
No, I haven't. So who says that?
If you don't have anything nice to say about anybody, come sit by me. It's by Claire Belcher, says it in Steel Magnolias, apparently. I shall be committing that one to memory. Thank you, Pam. Bonnie loves the box with the cards in there as well. Sue as well. We talk about it a lot, don't we? That all of our shows are available to catch up on at any time, even like all the really old ones. Sue says, Joe, I've just been watching some old programmes today, and you've taught me to crochet. Goodness me, that was a long time ago.
I was talking about you the other day about crocheting.
I reckon that must be April last year, maybe? Yeah, long time back. I didn't do we did some crochet sections in shows, and I sort of did a little bit of crocheting, yeah. Or brochet, as I like to call it, you know.
Love it. Yeah. Do you never feel like, mind you, you've probably not got time, Joe, you've got such a busy life. He's always out partying.
Honestly.
Partying or working, eh, Joe?
There's a lot of napping at the moment, not a lot of partying, to be honest, Debbie.
No. Right, so just applying.
I thought you were going to ask me a question about it.
Yes, sorry. So what I'm sorry, I was then concentrating on my gluing. Are you ever going to get back into it? Because you used to love crochet, didn't you?
I do really love it, and I've been meaning to get back started again for the last sort of 4-6 weeks or so. And I even went into a shop the other day to look at, like, do you, like, crafters, you are going to sympathise with me here, right? I've got so much crochet stuff at home. Loads of yarn, I've got books, loads of hooks, everything I need. I don't feel, though, I can start a new project unless I go and buy some new stuff from the shop. Like, I don't, the stuff that's in the cupboard, that's old stuff. I don't need that stuff. I need to go into this shop. There's a really big sort of soft craft shop by me, a couple of them actually. I went in the other day and I was like, I just need to buy something new in order to get me going again. And once I've bought something new and I've got my mojo back, then maybe I'll use some of the old stuff.
And I think that is the case with any crafts. I think everyone will agree with you out there that's buying even today, is you've just got to have the new stuff that comes out. And it gives you the inspiration, doesn't it? That's the thing.
Yeah, I just need to buy some new hooks and maybe a little bit of new yarn, and then I'll be good to go.
Absolutely. So I've got myself some background. So I've just got some white cardstock, so our white stamping card, and then I've got some papers out of our, I believe our 6-inch paper pad is the only one left.
It is included in the bundle, the 6x6.
So you've got your 6x6 paper pad. So
you do get the luxury cardstock with this one as well, which is lovely.
Yes, that pad is amazing, Joe. It's one of my favourites. Absolutely love it. You'll be using it for all sorts of things. It just works really, really well. So I'm going to pop this into place, and then what we're going to do is we're then going to adhere these side panels to the back of our card. So it's a complete makeshift card. We're not even using a card blank. We've literally done this from scratch, and then we're just going to fold these over. And you can see all the time I'm making sure that I really do rub down that adhesive to make that stick, because once it's stuck, it's a really permanent glue, our glue pens. And then we'll do the same with the other one. And you can hardly see that, Joe. Can you see where I've put the glue on the back? You can't even see it, which is so good. And if you really rub that into your card, it's just brilliant for acetate. Our glue pens are amazing. So popping that down and then just attaching that to our other side. Make sure I get that straight.
It's a really interesting concept, this one, Debbie.
Yeah, it's just a little bit different, isn't it? So rather than having a normal card blank, we've got those gorgeous doors. So popping that on there, and then all I want to do is I want to cut out, so I'm just going to bring in some white cardstock. We're going to bring in those snowflakes because these are absolutely gorgeous. You get different designs. I'm going to cut them all out. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4, and you're probably thinking, oh, it says 7 on the pack. If I turn them over, look at this. I know, amazing. They've really given you so much for your money in these ones, and they look amazing.
And great at this as well, that they're all different styles. So if you want to use multiples of the same one, of course you've got the option to, but you can get a whole, what are we going to call them? A cacophony of snowflakes, a kaleidoscope of snowflakes? What is the collective word for snowflakes? A flurry.
I would have said a flurry.
She was very adamant there, Nicola, that it was a flurry.
I've just heard it.
Some may even say quite forceful with the word flurry there.
So is it a flurry?
Oh, sorry. Chloe doesn't actually know if it's a flurry now. She's back.
I would have said a flurry of snowflakes. Yeah, it's got to be a flurry, hasn't it?
Beth says, glad Debbie is back. I love that giggle. I was watching yesterday's show back later after it aired. Laughed along with Debbie, and Joe's snort is back in the building as well.
I even snorted yesterday.
Did you?
I'm very ready. Didn't you hear me?
No.
I didn't highlight it, but I did snort.
Well, I didn't hear it because I would have highlighted it. You know what I mean?
Joe just highlights my fox noises.
I didn't hear the fox last night, I must say.
Didn't hear the fox last night.
The fox being our affectionate term for Debbie's snoring, by the way, in case you are new here. Hello and welcome. Elaine says, I find myself watching you every day because you give us the inspiration and entertainment. Love you, Debbie and Joe. Honestly, you guys with the compliments tonight.
I know.
Love it.
Had lots. We love you all too. That's why we do it. It's why we're here. It's amazing. We couldn't do it without you, as they say.
We could, well, I mean, if no one was watching, what would be the point? Be here on our own, wouldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can't do it without all of our lovely crafted community. Getting very busy now on this. This is a, I must say, this is a much bigger bundle of this than I actually thought we had available. It's the biggest collection I've seen of it. I know when we launched it, it did sell out almost immediately. We have worked hard to get some other stock. I think what we must have done is that thing, you know, where we go around and we take a little bit back from here and a little bit back from there, and then we bring it to you here at Crafters TV. I'm presuming that is what has happened with this particular collection. Without a doubt, this is going to be the biggest collection or chance you get to get your hands on this. 20 pieces in here, which means absolutely massive. And I love the fact that you've got that great saving as well. 42.38 or 56.37. But what, Club Inspire Platinum members are going to save an extra £26 almost, $33. So really, really is a fantastic saving.
I think this has possibly been our biggest seller this year, Joe.
Yeah, I think it has been the most popular of all of the Christmas collections we have brought to you. There are lots of individuals available as well on this particular collection. What I'd say is head over to the website, crafterscompanion.co.uk.com.au, click the Shop the Show button, you'll see everything that's available in the show. So there are some extra additional items, but they're so low in stock we weren't able to include them within this main bundle. So definitely go over there and see everything that's available and in stock in this range.
Yeah, absolutely. It's a beautiful range. It's been hugely popular. So I'm just matte and low. Now these coloured cardstock that I'm using are in that paper pack that's with the collection. It is beautiful pearlescent card, so it's got this really nice sheen about it. We've also got some toppers. Are the toppers in the collection, Joe?
They are.
They
yes.
are, that's good. And I know we have a topper collection coming tomorrow on Wake Up Call, which I'm really excited about, but these are just beautiful. So I'm just going to take one of the toppers. Now the toppers are actually, they have a little self-adhesive foam pad already on them, so we can just use them. I'm just going to pop that into the centre, and then if you wanted to, you can then cut out the card that it's actually affixed onto, so you're actually getting two toppers for your money on there. So we've got that first one. We're going to stick this onto the inside of our card. So just pop in that on, and then we're going to decorate it with those gorgeous snowflakes. What I love about the snowflakes is you can leave them as they are and they look amazing, but why not add some glitter, put little glossy accents on them with your glossy highlights, and they will look beautiful. But I absolutely love them. So I'm going to bring in that scrap piece of card again, and we're just going to use our dotty tape pen to affix them over. So popping them at the side.
So delicate and detailed, these.
Really delicate. And can I just say, if anybody has not seen or tried our dotty tape pens, please get them, because they are the best thing since sliced bread, literally. They are my most favourite invention of the time. They are gorgeous. Gorgeous, they're not good. Well, it is gorgeous sticky tape, I suppose. But they're really, it's just really strong adhesive, but it's great for all your small die cuts, and I love that. So
Katie Easley says, I missed Wax Sealgate. If anyone knows the date and time, please let me know. It's very sad to be outside a joke.
Sorry, what's that, Joe? I don't remember anything like that.
For anyone that's new to us,
Remember?
Debbie had an issue with a wax seal. We don't talk about it.
We don't.
I don't like to bring it up, to be honest.
I don't think I've ever heard of a wax seal.
No. It was actually shared to our social media, and I shared it on my social media as well. So Joe Remblance Crafts Companion, head over there, scroll back to sort of July time, and you'll want to watch it at least 3 or 4 times, I assure you. But you will find it. It's also somewhere. It's also on the Crafters TV social media. You have to go back a little bit, but you will find it. In fact, do you know what? Maybe Georgina could even, pop on my Facebook now and find the exact date. I'll let you know at the end of the show.
It doesn't exist. I don't even know what you're talking about.
We don't want to distract you from the show before then, of course.
Oh dear. I actually think it was the worst time of my life. I've never done such a bad demo. I've actually never seen Joe laugh so much in his whole life either, but it was hilarious. In fact, Joe, there's a clip on, I think, the new promo that we did where Joe is literally on the floor laughing. And I think it was that demo that I did. So here you go. I'm glad I finished because I got tears in my eyes again from laughing. But you can see just being able to create those windows in the front, have a freestanding card, it looks beautiful, and then with those added snowflakes around, it's just a gorgeous design.
Awesome. Right, let me take you back through everything you're getting in here, because it really is a nice big bumper bundle, this one. So let's start off with the snowflake dimensionals that you've got just here. These are those snowflakes that you've just seen Debbie creating with there. Really beautiful. You've got 7 of them on there, and they are all different sizes and shapes, so you can really start to build those up and create a different feel. You've then got this one here. Now this is your Let It Snow. So what you've got is your die cut sentiment here, and then you've also got your stamps to go with it as well. So you can, of course, use that and then curate your own sentiment, which is awesome. When we've got some embossing folders for you, these ones are lovely. So these are kind of border embossing folders, really great for like the ends of diorama cards. Maybe you've got a card that has a little bit of a protruding edge, you want to add detail, these will let you do that. And in the same style, in the same sort of style of embossing folder, you've then got the snowflake edges for you there as well. This one here, this is your brush sentiments, and again, this is great because these are all interchangeable, so you can play around with the composition of these and curate your own sentiment, which is awesome. Next up, you then have the quirky Christmas trees. Really lovely, definitely like a bit of a Scandinavian vibe with this collection, and you really see it there in those trees. This is a statement snowflake that you've got here, so again, options for this one. You can either cut it and then have it with the little flap on the side, or you can actually double up and cut it as one, of course, depending on your placement. Then we have this cheeky chappy, which is the Build a Snowman. The stamps and the dies there together for you, so you can really start to build it up, get dimension to that project. This one here is your Winter Wonderland, so you've got that cute little snowman, got the robin, the little festive mouse in there, and the hedgehog, you've got the sleigh. This one here is your Joyful Wishes, so you've got the deer, the bunny in there. This banner's really handy as well because you can pop a sentiment into that banner to frame it really beautifully. Then we also have the magical Christmas in here. I love how sassy that deer is. You've got he's really pleased to see people, that fox. He's like, hi. And you've got the bunny in there as well as those lovely embellishments. So you've got your heart and your baubles in there too. You will of course get the 6x6 paper pad included in here as well. Lots and lots of different designs within here, all double-sided. I love that you've got spot foiling on some of these as well. Just a really fantastic array of different designs. And if we move towards the back here, what you've also then got are these pages that are designed to be cut down. Let me just hold that up a bit for you so you can see there. You can cut into those, and then die cut toppers in the back of here as well. So you can pop those out and use those really easily for things like your tags or as a stopper on an easel. We then also have for you in here the die cut toppers. So you saw Debbie using these a moment ago, which is fantastic. You get 23 die cut toppers there within that. I absolutely love the vellums and the acetate, because the vellum, you get it in this lovely foiled finish and you get it in the heat emboss finish. So you're getting both the snow flurry, which is that one there, and then what you get is the snow flakes in the same. So you're getting it in the 3 different finishes there, which is beautiful. And then you also have the acetate in the same again. So you've got 2 different finishes and you have it in the snow flake, and you also have it there in the snow flurry as well, which is excellent. That's not all. You will also receive as well these here, which is your elegant snow globe die. It doesn't include the plastic elements. What you're getting is the die here that's going to allow you to really create that scene. Pop some of those stamps and dies in there to create a gorgeous winter scene if you wish. All of that comes your way for that brilliant price that you can see. A brilliant, brilliant saving of over £40, over $55. Or, of course, if you are a Platinum member, then you're looking at $103.54 or $132.54 being your price there on that one. If you're thinking, do you know what, I really love this collection, but I can't quite squeeze or can't stretch to that big collection, don't worry, we've got some smaller collections available for you on the show as well. This is the embellishment collection, so you can see what you're getting. Oh, do you know what, I forgot things in the big collection. We're going to have to come back. We're going to have to come back because I forgot some of the bits that are in the big collection. There's other bits in there, isn't there? Let me share with you again that big collection, because let me show you down there. There's so much in it. I'm going to go round. I'm going round. What you're also going to get is the faux snow, 50 grams of the faux snow. You'll get the tricolour markers that were designed specifically for this collection. So you'll see the tricolour markers in more detail as we go through the show. You'll also get the chunky glitter in there as well. Sorry, I forgot those 3 there. How could I forget those 3 fabulous items? Anyway, if you want to buy the embellishments on their own, they are also available. So let's share that with you right now. This one here, we'll go back to here we go. So your vellum, the acetate, as well as the faux snow, and also the chunky glitter there for you. You want to get those 4 items together. They're consumable, so it might be worth adding an extra one of those into your basket. 1981 or 2611 if you're a Platinum member. We have also got a card collection for you, and what you're going to get in here is you will receive the luxury cardstock. You've got those die cut toppers, and you've got the 6x6 papers in there as well. $25.57 or $33.48 if you want to get that. We've got the die collection available for you, so you've got that snow globe die, that big snowflake, the 7 snowflakes, and the trees in there as well. $40.76 or $47.84 for that. Then we've got the stamps for you as well. This gives you 6 different stamp collections in there, some of them with dies in there as well. So really great value. £23 or $31.19 for Platinum members. We've set the cat amongst, oh, here we go. Waxgate. It's the 25th of April, apparently. Don't go now. Don't go now, go after the show. April, I didn't realise it was so long ago. A lot of you talking about how the animals from the winter collection would look great with the animals from the autumn collection we've just launched as well. I think that's a really, really great shout. Let me go through the next collection we've got then. It is the brush lettering. Now, these have been so popular. These are great because you've got some every day and some Christmas, which is wonderful. And I think they've been designed, or they have been designed, so as the brush lettering sentiment runs through the centre of the the block sentiment. It's up to you how you play around with them. You could have them next to each other, you could have them above and below, offset angles. There's lots of different ways that you can play around with the composition. But what you're going to get is a happy birthday, thank you so very much. You've then got hello from me to you. We then have happy holidays, thinking of you. You've got Christmas wishes. Then there are season's greetings, and you'll get Merry Christmas in here as well. 44.74, 55.72. These are brilliant. They are to a degree interchangeable as well. You'll see as we go through them that some of them can be mixed and matched to a degree. 35.79 or 44.58 if you want to get your hands on them as a platinum member. Debbie said she laughed all the way home after Wax Seal Gate, is what Rhonda says. And Donna says, I remember the Wax Seal demo. I don't think I've ever laughed so hard. Joe losing it was also hilarious. Mary Pat says the Watercolour Christmas is the one individual item sold out quickly. I had to buy the entire collection to get what I really wanted. Very happy that I did though. And Bridget saying love, love, love the snowflakes. Everything I shared with you in that Watercolour Christmas is available individually, by the way, and there are a few extra additional items available as individuals as well. Do check the website to see all of those lovely things. Of course, you want to go to the website crafterscompanion.co.uk.com or .eu. Hit the shop the show button, which you'll see on the home screen underneath this video. Right, what would you like to share with us next, Debbie?
You know what, Joe? Have you ever wanted to do brush lettering and you just can't do it?
Well, I can't do it.
My handwriting just doesn't stand up to brush lettering, so I absolutely love the fact that we do stamps that make you look like you're good at brush lettering, which is amazing. So we've got this really bold font here, and then you've got that beautiful script font, that handwriting script right through the centre. And I say right through the centre, you can have it right through the centre if you want to, which looks amazing. I mean, look at that, using it with all your stamps, but you could just have that individually on its own and then have your background covered like this. Then we've got Christmas ones and everyday ones, which looks super cute. You could use your heat embossing. I adore this card. How absolutely gorgeous is that? I mean, can you imagine batch making these cards and sending them? I would love to get a card like that. It's absolutely beautiful. And what about using your different stamps in your collection and then just using that as your main focal point? How absolutely gorgeous is that? So plenty of different designs that you can do them with. I'm just trying to find something a little bit different, but they're all scripted the same, but I'm going to show you something a little bit different in our first demo. I love that one. And the great things about stamps is because you've got this really large stamp in the background, you can colour it with all your different coloured ink pads. Now I'm going to be using a sort of mixture, really, a mixture of our pigment ink pads and our quick drying ink pads. But what I am going to use in this demo, I'm going to use the jade green. Now the jade green is what from our metallic range, and it's just a beautiful green to use for your Christmas cards. Now I'm stamping it onto white so it doesn't look so metallic. It's a really great stamp to use. And then I'm in coordination with that, I'm going to be using the smoked emerald, which goes over the top and lays over the top, which is beautiful. And I'm doing that one in the quick drying. So you could heat emboss if you wanted to. Now what I am going to do, I'm going to create a topper and I'm going to create a background. So first of all, we're going to take our stamp. So I'm going to be using the thank you. So we're going to bring that one out, and you can see where I've been prepping. We've got nice green stamps. So let's take that large one out. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in my rocker blocks and use those to stamp it down. So just lining that up onto my rocker block, picking that up. I'm going to use that beautiful green. So it's the green, jade green, this one. And I'm just going to make sure that I really ink that up because and I'm going to bring in my matte, Joe, as well.
For anyone that's not used the metallic ink pads, Debbie, where do they fit, like, amongst our ink pad ranges?
So they're pigment.
Right.
So yeah, they're a pigment ink pad, which means they stay wetter for longer, and they're pretty much whatever you can do with your pigment ink pads, you can do with these. So and on black card, Joe, they are incredible. So they will stamp onto black card as well. So first of all, I'm going to just line that up right into the centre and stamp down. Now I'm putting pressure onto this bit here, putting my fingers into the centre, and all you do is rock forward. So you go from heel to toe. And You can go backwards and forwards, and then we'll just peel that back, and we get a beautiful,
oh, what a lovely coverage.
Go through the middle. Yeah, really beautiful. Now, while this is out, I'm still going to use this, but I'm going to use it over the top. Now, I wouldn't normally, in fact, I don't like to, I'm trying to find, let's grab a piece of, I don't want to use a nice piece of card, let's just use this one here just to stamp on the top, because what I want to do with this one is create a background, and we're going to do it in sort of different directions and just create a different background. It's just something that you can do a little bit from the normal way. So let's bring in that ink pad again. But this time I'm just going to stamp randomly. So we'll stamp randomly just into our card. Pull that off. And then again. And I'm just going to do the bottom bit here because I just want to stamp that going here. So it really is a case of being quite random with stamping onto it.
I like these kind of techniques because they're very modern, aren't they?
Yeah, very modern. Yeah, and just a nice different way to create your backgrounds with. Again.
Can't believe how well that gold covers in one stamp.
Yeah, it's good, isn't it? It's
really
amazing.
Excellent.
Yeah, really amazing. And I'm just going to do that U at the base, and then we'll do that going that way. So it doesn't matter where you put it, it is all about just creating that beautiful sentiment. And then we'll do this one going there. So we're nearly done. Let's fill in that top piece. And we'll do that coming down. So not in any order, all I'm doing is just fill in the gaps. And let's do
fabulous.
That.
I guess you could do this with so many of the different stamps that you already have in your stash, this kind of background.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you could do so much. But look how cool that looks. Just a really
awesome.
Nice background. And actually, because it's wet, we can use that as our... in fact, should we do it, Joe? I'm just saying it, and we might as well just do it. So
are you going to do what I think you're going to do?
Let's do some heat embossing.
Yay.
But I'm only going to do it on the
technique.
bottom, not the top one, and I'll tell you why in a second. So all we're going to do, I've just got some clear embossing powder. We're going to just pop that, sprinkle that all over the top. Yeah, it's an amazing technique. And this would look really cool if you did the triple emboss as well, because it would just make it ultra shiny. So there we go.
Sue says these are so lovely. I'm doing the Sara workshop on Wednesday with these stamps, so looking forward to it.
Oh, fabulous, yes.
Ooh, yes, Craft with Sara. Head over to the website, you'll see loads more information about that. Some awesome workshops that Sara is heading up. Aisha says, I love my metallic inks. Finally got gold and silver, which are always sold out.
Do you know what I've done, Joe? I've left the heat tool in the next studio.
I'll go.
Thank you. Joe's on it. So Joe's going to get the heat tool for me because I
Tracy's
borrowed
gone.
it to do this.
She's obviously forgiven you
earlier,
about the singing.
and I left it in there.
She's obviously she's not upset anymore. She's gone. You've been stealing the heat tool, Debbie?
Well, I didn't think there was one in Studio 2, so I've been prepping some bits for the show, and I was doing this kind of, I need the heat tool, so I went and grabbed it, and then when I went in there was already a heat tool there.
Oh, Debbie, what you like?
I know, terrible, aren't I?
Kathy says, Joe, glad you're back. Did you have a good vacation? I had a glorious vacation. Thank you. I didn't go anywhere, I didn't go to any sunny climes or anything like that. Spent a few days in London, had a lovely week at home. So yeah, it was very beautiful, thank you, Kathy. Thanks for asking. Gwenda G's got a question about the purple stamping mat. She says, can you clean the ink off? The one Debbie has is all inked up, and I'm wondering if she could wipe it off. Yeah,
and I'm going to tell you that wasn't me. My one at home is very clean. The technique I just done with stamping off the edge is what a lot of the team do. So they stamp over the edge and it just stamps onto the mat. So no, it won't wash up. You could probably give it a scrub and most of it would come off, but a lot of it is permanent ink, so you wouldn't be able to take it off. But to be honest, it's not going to affect your mat. It doesn't transfer onto anything. You just get a bit of a grubby mat, but I'm sure you could probably give that a clean. Right, so what I'm going to do now, Joe, the reason that I didn't do heat embossing on this one is because I want to stamp a darker one over the top. Now, if you did want to, I'm going to use my smoked emerald in my quick drying. Now, if you wanted to do that technique, you could stamp this one and the smoke emerald, but in the pigment ink pad, and then you could emboss the whole thing.
Okay.
So, but I'm just going to do it with my smoked emerald with the quick drying ink. Now, I love the quick drying inks because they do exactly that. They will just dry instantly, which is great, especially when you put it onto a bit of a wet surface.
And even though it's going over the metallic ink pad, it will still dry instantly?
Yeah, absolutely, yes. So I'm just lining that up across there, holding that down onto this piece, and then we're just going to rock forward. And there we go, and that stamps right through the middle, so you've got that thank you so very much. So that gives us our topper, and then we'll just heat emboss this one. So just using a heat tool, what this will do is just create a really strong heat to go through, and it will melt the embossing powder on the top, and that gives us a beautiful shine. So it's just, and it also makes it dry a lot quicker. So if you're waiting for it to dry, this is one way to dry it off quite quickly.
Excellent. Any questions you've got about these, get them into me. Crafters TV over on Facebook, Crafters Companion across on YouTube. I'm here. I'm ready and waiting for your questions. Mary says the metallic ink pads are stupendous. I looked for years and I was always disappointed until I found Crafters Companion. Gorgeous metallic look every time that I use them. Sabrina wants to know as well if the ink pads will dry up. I guess as long as you keep the lids on them, Debbie, they're going to be okay, are they?
Yeah, absolutely. And I've got a bit of a tip. So if you use I use a particular colours all the time. So for me, it's always the parakeet, the fuchsia and the lemon tonic. And what I've noticed with mine, Joe, is they're starting to not work as well, because I've had mine a good few years now since we first had them out, and they are still going strong, which shows you how long they last for. But what I have started to do is when I've got them at home, instead of storing them like this the right way up, I turn them upside down.
Okay.
And then what happens, any ink that you've got left in your ink pad will just be always at the top of your ink pad ready to use it. So that's a really good tip. So if any start drying out a little bit, to get the absolute most out of them, just turn them upside down and store them. When you first get them, they're jam-packed with ink, so you won't need to do that. So there. So we've got that beautiful topper now.
Oh,
so
I love the shine on that, Debbie.
I know, isn't it just beautiful? So we've created that gorgeous background, and then we've got our topper as well. So what we are going to do is we're going to put our card together. Now I'm just going to do a bit of an easel card. I haven't done one for a while actually. So, and I do love an easel card. So let's bring our tape pens in. I've just chosen this beautiful green. So I think we have got some other paper pads on the show as well. So these are from the, either the Textures or the Brights. I think it was from the Brights, which are great. And let me just bring in all these other bits. So I've used these gorgeous papers, and then we're going to pop this on. Now, to make an easel card, all I've done, I'm going to tell you the measurements. They're 7 by 5 inches. I've done my card. I've creased it in half this way, so this will stand up here. And then I've created a piece of card, which again is 7 by 5 inches. Now, when you make an easel card and you stick it together, make sure you only stick this bottom piece, because then when it bends, the easel will stand up straight. So popping that piece on. Let's just line that up to my card.
Sue says, I only got a couple of these stamps. Wish I'd got them all now. Well, they're all in stock now, Sue.
They are
If you want to grab them, they are all available individually as well. If you do want to get the individuals, you absolutely are more than welcome to. Also, if you don't own any of them yet, absolutely makes sense to get them in the collection, because that is how you get the best value, and that is what we want you all to get. Stephanie says, love you, Joe, trying to talk over the heat gun. Really making me laugh. You know me.
And I was trying really hard to listen, just in case you asked a question, because I wouldn't have been able to hear you. All right, let's turn this around.
Looks like your dress, this card.
You what, sorry?
Looks a bit like your dress.
Oh, yes. All nice and floraled. So let's pop that down. It was so funny because I had a stamp pad in mind for the colours on here, and do you think I could find one that matched the green? And I always do pink, Joe, so I thought I want to do this green card, not bring out the pink. And I must have been running in and out to Tracy, I don't know how many times this afternoon, until finally I said to her, I've had a thought, I think it's the green metallic one. I was going through every single green ink pad that we had until I found it, and it was the metallic one. It's funny when you get a colour in your head and you think, I'm sure we do one. Yeah, I'm sure we do one, that colour. So just popping that into place so that becomes our topper. And then this bit is for our bottom piece. So we're just going to do that nice design at the bottom and just tie it all in together. So this will go on the bottom. Then we've got our topper for the top. In fact, let's put them on some foam pads. So
we've got a triple Debbie day coming your way tomorrow, haven't we, Debbie?
I know, I've got a busy one tomorrow.
For 3 whole shows tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Imagine the giggles.
They might be sick of me by the end of the day, Joe.
Oh, I don't think so. Not at all. Impossible, as Nicola just said.
Yeah, nice busy day. I love a full day though. I like doing all the shows. I think it makes the day go really quickly. It's lots of fun.
Do you know what collection this paper's from, Debbie?
The one I'm using?
Yeah, Donna's asking.
Oh, what's it from? I do, and I can't think.
Watercolour something?
No. Ah.
Is it? Garden of Luck, Garden of something. Something garden.
I just had the
Rose
paper
garden.
pad
Garden
out earlier.
party. Nicola is usually the undisputed world champion of knowing where the papers are from, so she doesn't recognise it at all. It must be an old one. Someone at home will know.
It's not that old. I'll know afterwards. Yeah, competition time. Someone will know. Yes.
I mean, you win our respect.
I can see it. I'm going through all the paper pads. It's out the back. If I don't find out, I promise I will write in the comments afterwards, because I will go and hunt it down myself, because I know where it is. So let's pop that right in the centre.
It's not Rose Garden.
I've got this feeling it might be the butterfly collection.
Oh, the butterfly garden.
Butterfly garden.
I did say garden something.
Yeah, so you could be right.
I mean, I was hedging my bets because a lot of them have garden in them. Quintessential English suggests our social media superstar.
No, it's definitely not that, because that's all pink, and I picked that up. And because you know how I love my pink, and I thought, oh, I'll do that. And I thought, no, because I want to use green. I really wanted to use this green.
SJ was suggesting that. I think it's SJ.
Yeah, it's a good shout out, but it's not that one.
Someone at home, somewhere across the globe, is sat there screaming at their iPad now.
Yeah, absolutely. They certainly are. Oh, we've knocked it over, but there we go. So we've got our really pretty easel cards. In fact, Joe, I tell you what I'm going to do. When we come back over to you, I'm going to run out and go and look for it. Yes, and I'm going to find it.
Don't run, just walk quickly, health and safety and all that. Let me run you back through then what you are getting included in here. The brilliant thing about them is that they are all really usable sentiments, which is fantastic. So you have got happy birthday, which is this one just here. Thank you so very much. Hello from me to you. Happy holidays. Thinking of you. Christmas wishes. See, wishes you could interchange with birthday, because you could then have birthday wishes or happy birthday. It's up to you. You'll see how some of them do interchange together. You've got season's greetings, and you'll also get Merry Christmas in there as well. You get all of them for that awesome price, $35.79 or $44.58 if you are a Club Inspire Platinum member. Now, we can't have a Monday Makers without a Monday Mega Deal. That's exactly what we've got for you right here. Now, what you're going to get firstly is the full collection of our tricolour markers. If you didn't see this morning's wake-up call, go back and watch it, because Debbie did a little beautiful demonstration with these. And so, in fact, do you know what? Oh, Debbie, where's your card of the day gone from?
It's over here. I've got it.
Have you? Do you want to just share it with us what you did? Let's have a little look, because this is
was
what
on
Debbie
the shelf.
created earlier.
I took it off because we might get a chance just to demo the technique, so that's why I moved it over to here. So yes.
So Debbie used the tricolour markers and then some glycerin to create that awesome effect for a stencil. And what these are essentially are the same proprietary formulation as our aqua markers, But where, like with our tri-blend markers, we have 3 different shades of one colour in a pen, these have got 3 different colours in the same pen. So if you look at this, for instance, this is the Essential Neutrals. This one pen has in there Chestnut, Desert and Topaz. And those 3 colours blend seamlessly together, as do the ones here for the Rich Naturals and for the Grey Naturals. Now, all the colours and the way they've been grouped together all complement each other as well. So if you wanted to take those 3 pens, those 9 colours, you could make one awesome project with them. Not only do you get the Essential Neutrals, you get the Great Outdoors, you'll also receive the Floral Meadow, and you get the colour basics within there as well. We're also going to include for you the rocker blocks, which you've just seen Debbie using, so perfect for stamping out with. The Flagstone waterproof ink pad, which is going to be the perfect ink pad to enable you to then colour with these pens. And you're going to get the watercolour cardstock, which is the perfect cardstock medium for you as well. $31.97 or $47.84 for Club Inspire Platinum members. Did you break? Are you all right? You're okay. Now, what I would say is though, the Monday mega deal only holds for 24 hours. The deal is that good, we cannot hold it like we do most of our deals here at Crafters TV, last 48 hours. This one though, just for 24. Did we find out what the name of that paper,
Yes,
did you find out,
it was the Beautiful Butterflies, Nature's Garden.
Beautiful Butterflies, Nature's
so
Garden. I told you to have garden in it
good.
somewhere.
You did.
Anyway, it's really busy, especially across the 2 main collections. We're going to go back to that Beautiful Autumn Blessings in a few minutes. Before we do that, maybe you're new to us here at Crafters TV. Maybe it's the first time you've seen us. Hello, I hope you're having a brilliant day. But you're thinking, what are these guys all about? Well, here's a piece of video to show you just some of the fun we get up to.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Quiet. The neighbours.
I'm all out of Zoom. I'm so lost without you. I'm not singing.
Lisa, if you email in, don't send a picture of your air fryer. Make sure it's something creative.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
You entertain us. You give us a community to talk, in the chat. That wouldn't happen without you guys. It's like Crafters Companion is magical. There's magic here.
Joy, there's not a dry eye in the studio here. Debbie's welling up, I'm welling up.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Welcome to Club Inspire, the Crafters Companion community where you can feed your crafty obsession. Join our fantastic loyalty club today and receive 20% of your first order. We'll also give you 250 points to help get you started. Other benefits of joining Club Inspire include exclusive special offers and discounts for Club Inspire members only, exclusive sneak peek previews of brand new product launches, and of course the Club Inspire community group on Facebook, where you can access exclusive content such as downloads, offers and inspiration, and of course you can chat and share your makes with other members. You'll receive 1 point for every £1, dollar or euro you spend, and the more points you receive, the more benefits you'll unlock. So what are you waiting for? Sign up, join the club and start rewarding yourself today.
Absolutely. What are you waiting for? Make sure you join that club. Right, lots of you still chatting away. Lorraine wants to know about my birthday situation. I'll tell you a bit later in the show, Lorraine. It used to be on one day and now it's on another day. It's a very funny story. Right, not a funny story though, is that you need to be quick if you want to get your hands on what is left of the Autumn Blessings. We only previewed it, 10% of the stock went. Since then, we're now at 20% of the stock has now gone. I'm going to run you through what you're getting in here. I'm pretty confident this is going to be the biggest collection you're going to be able to get of this. The main collections both sold out in the earlier launch day show, which very, very rarely happens. So you're going to need to be quick for what is left of it. What you're going to receive in here is you'll get the falling leaves. Now this is beautiful because you've got an embossing folder within here. You also then get the stencil too. So you can lay the two over each other and create these really gorgeous embossed and also coloured projects. Then we've got one of our 3D embossing folders here. This one, I really want you to get this home and feel it. There is so much incredible texture within that one. Then the stencil, I think this stencil is like the unsung hero of this collection. I think you are going to use this on loads of stuff. This was the exact stencil that Debbie used this morning when she used those tricolours too. Really brilliant for spritzing through, using things like pastes, your texture paste, glitter paste. They're all going to work through there beautifully, as will your inks. Then you've got this one, which is your round wood slice. Perfect for Thanksgiving. Grateful thanks is a sentiment that is coming alongside that. This one here, this is your harvest festival. So you've got your little barrow in there, you've got the flower, the basket, really sort of quintessential harvest festival imagery within this one. Then we've got this one, which is the pumpkin patch. Great for Halloween. I am thinking, again, wonderful also for Thanksgiving. We call this a conker. We worked out it's called a horse chestnut in the States, Debbie. Yeah.
From the horse chestnut tree, isn't it?
Yeah. Then we've also got a layering stamp in here too. Now this is the tree. This is brilliant. Yes, you're going to be able to make this feel very autumnal by using those specific colours, but come spring or summer or winter, just play around with the colours and you'll get a very different feel. It's one of our layering stamps. This here is your forest toadstools that you've got in here. So really great when you need those little embellishing dies. These were so busy in the earlier show. These are the skeleton leaves. Now these are fantastic. Just a few of these arranged on the front of a small card. Very, very modern. Love the technology in these dies as well, because what this one offers you, it's the leaves, but then the skeleton or the veins of the leaf, that is a separate die that sits within there. So you can cut that out in a corresponding cardstock. You could go quite abstract with that if you wanted to. This is then your thanks die. So you've got the matte and the actual topper element within here, and then the stamps, which you can start to curate your own sentiment with. And the sentiments themselves in here are absolutely gorgeous. Really lovely things like, may the warm glow of autumn surround you as you celebrate the holidays with your friends and family. Oh, may all the good... I'm not very good at reading these upside down, I worked out earlier. May all the good things in life be yours, not just at Thanksgiving, but throughout the coming year. Really, really lovely. You get two sets of these as well. So that one was Heartfelt Wishes. You're also going to get this one here as well, which says, you are such a blessing. You've got this, I love that one. What seems to us, bitter trials are often blessings in disguise. Really, really awesome. Great in box frame, wonderful for tags. Of course, great for card projects and scrapbook projects too. But brilliant that we've been able to, the team behind the scenes have worked so hard since that earlier launch day show to get another bundle together for you. I think we thought that this might be able to be around for at least a couple of days and we'd have it in launch party tomorrow. It isn't looking like that's going to happen. We haven't even demonstrated it yet. A quarter has gone. If you missed out on it, this is your opportunity to get the biggest bundle you're probably going to get. What I would say as well, you are also going to receive in here the 6x6 paper pad too. Really beautiful designs and artwork in here and a really lovely sort of warm colour tone. You've got lots of patterns in here, all colour coordinated. I love this with the large images that you've got in there too. Really awesome. And great that we've been able to include that for you as well. 59.22, 75.78 if you want to get all of that. We knew it was going to be busy this one, didn't we, Debbie? Just from the wake-up call this morning. But really, I think people have loved it because it is so different. There's just not really that many collections out there that tick this kind of box.
Oh, absolutely not. And I've never seen such a big, comprehensive kit like this. You've got everything in it. And what I love about it is the elements that will go with your everyday crafting throughout the year. So come Christmas, come springtime. So think about having that. So just looking at these ones here, I thought that was the tree then, but I'm going to just move that across for this one. I absolutely adore this card. I think it might be one that Sara done earlier, but the tree in this is beautiful. So you can use that all year round. I mean, that is such a lovely card. Even for a sympathy card, using that tree would be a really nice one, which is sometimes quite a hard card to be able to do. But there's so many elements in this, Joe. So even your leaves will go with all your sort of winter roses, like we're coming for Christmas and stuff like that, which would be lovely. The sentiments, like you say, just make everything really pop out and come to life. I love the fact that you can just use those leaves and use your 6x6 paper pad to cut lots of different ones out. I adore this card because I love this embossing folder. It's not just embossing folder. You're probably wondering how you can get all this intricate colouring in different colours on here. It's because there's a stencil that comes with the embossing folders. The team have really thought about everything when they've put this collection together. The colourways, all the individual items that you've got there, the pumpkins. I mean, Halloween is coming up. It feels like Halloween has become hugely popular in the UK. It's always been a massive thing in the States, hasn't it? But it's really, pumpkin carving now has took off in a really big way. You could actually do your own little pumpkin carving into these stamps, couldn't you?
Sara said there's a place near here you go pick your own pumpkin, apparently.
Yes, we've got a place near us that we used to go and pick our own
definitely
pumpkin.
well up for that. That sounds loads of
They
fun.
do pumpkin mazes, and corn mazes, and there's
Incredible.
so much that you can do. Yeah, you could take your dogs for a walk there and pick your pumpkins, and then you can go into, they've got like craft tents, and they show you how to carve a pumpkin, and there's kits that you can buy to do it.
Amazing.
And, yeah, it's amazing, and they do all printouts, so you can actually stick them onto your pumpkins and then do dots all the way around. Then you just cut all your dots out. So it's really clever. The kids love it as well. So many places all about. And just one more sample I'll show you. I love this one because you've got that really big word thanks, but that comes with a stamp set as well. But we are going to demo this. We're going to use the leaves that Joe was just talking about. I adore these. They're amazing. They've been really thoroughly thought out. I love the fact that you're getting all these shapes, which normally is fine. When we've had dies in the past, we had cut out the leaf shape. They look amazing. They give us great shapes. But these ones, as you can see, come in 6 parts because you have the veins on the inside, which I adore. Because what you can then do, I've just got a selection of cardstock in different autumnal colours, and we're just going to cut these into it. So we could just sort of pick a colour. So I'm just going to, let's cut 2 of them into here, and then we can, let's have our green. Let's cut another one there. We can also then bring in our browns. But what I am going to do is use this one. So let's use our browns to cut those spines up. We can then use one of these to put onto the green. So you can mix and match them and do them however you want to do them. So move those across and we'll pop them through our Gemini.
Lots of people let me know they didn't see the earlier show. Patricia says, I missed the launch day show earlier today, so I'm loving seeing all of this that Joe is showing us now. Absolute wow. Marisol saying how much they love the collection as well. Angela says, I ordered mine and with the platinum price it is a steal. Alistair's messaged. He says, can you just remind Debbie we are hosting a Halloween night at home on the 30th of October?
Oh, we are.
There you
we
are. That's Debbie's
That is very true, and
in.
I had forgot, so thanks for reminding us. Yes, I need to do some, that means he's going to want invitations, and we're going to have to do bunting and things with the autumn collection, so yeah, that will be cool. So let's take all these pieces out. They were laughing at me.
Sorry?
You were laughing at me. Right, so let's take these little pieces out. So love that. We can take these out and then you can see as you layer them. Oh, that's the wrong one, isn't it, Joe? That goes onto that one. There we go. That's better. There we go. So just use all these different colours to matte and layer on the inside. They
you could
really
go
cool.
quite abstract with these, I'm guessing. Put, little bits of mirror card or even bits of glitter card on there if you wanted to over the top, make them a bit different.
Yeah, we spoke about that earlier, didn't we? About putting, glitzy, but you could also use felt to cut them out with and have real
things
texture.
like vellum.
Yeah, cork would be a really good one. So this one we've done, look, exactly the same colour, but look how that then pops out. It's just a really nice way to do them.
Karen says, why is my husband invisible and silent until my Crafters Companion shows come on? Karen's husband, can you just pipe down, please?
them.
She's very, very busy. Thank you.
pipe down. Did you just tell one of our lovely crafters' husbands to pipe down, Joe?
Oh, Karen obviously is very, you know, she's very put out by the presence of her husband. She preferred him silent and invisible, a lot like my partner.
That's hilarious.
It's been silent and invisible for years.
Well, Al is definitely never silent or...
Sounds ominous. Do you want to
I was thinking there, let's just stop there.
Oh, you're going to stop there. He is watching, by the way, don't forget.
I do love that he watches, though.
Right.
I'm very lucky, aren't I? It has a
Just
partner
when he does
that
it
takes
quietly.
an interest. Yeah, do it quietly, yes. Right, so I've used the 6x6 paper pad. I've just matte and layered this on top of some cardstock, so you'll have lots in your stash. And just matte and layer that onto these colours. I love the small paper pad, so it's all like smaller images, but they work really well, especially on your smaller projects and smaller cards. And remember, if you did want to do a bigger card, just use 2 pieces, and then in the middle, use a piece of ribbon to act as a border, and then you can get the most out of your card.
Oh, great idea.
So I'm just putting that on the inside. Now what you can see I've done is cut part of my card away. I've got the other bit here, so I've took a middle section out. So I've got a piece of acetate, which we're just going to place onto the inside of the card. So I'm just going to pull my red liner tape out the way and pop that to the top. So let's just, I'm not doing it right up to the crease because then it won't fold properly. So you can see that then now stays flat. And then we've got our last bit here at the bottom, and we're just going to pop that into place as well. So pop that there and then place that along that bottom edge. I'll just put that slightly, that's fine, we'll just pop that onto there. I was laughing because I thought, what's Joe doing? He's being sneaky. I felt him sort of wander over, and then I could hear him behind me. You make it sound like it's
some sort of spirit ghost or something. Just.
Well, it felt like it, Joe. It felt like it. And he's nabbing my samples. So I'm just applying the adhesive to the back. I'm using them as my border. Popping them into there, and then we've got these. I've already stuck these all into place, and I'm going to bring in my Kalau or 3D glue gel. And I nearly said all-purpose, Nicola was saying. I say every single time, every time I bring it into play, I say all-purpose. And actually, I stopped myself that time, and I was very good, but then reminded me I nearly said it. I know, I say it all the time. I should just take a leaf out of our Debbie Ronson's, but she just calls it chunky glue, which is so much easier.
I haven't seen our Debbie for ages.
I haven't seen her for ages either. No, and I keep thinking I'm having a catch-up call with our Fee on Wednesday evening because I haven't spoke to her for ages either. So, and then I thought, right, I must plan something in with our Debbie. And then all I'm going to do is pop these into place. And it doesn't matter where they go because it's almost just those sort of scattered leaves going down your card. And then all I'm going to do is I've stamped myself out a sentiment of one of the sentiments, Autumn Greetings, and then we'll pop that across there just to pop on the bottom. But a really pretty, simple card, but looks absolutely stunning. And there we go.
Awesome, what a really beautiful card. And just using a few very simple elements from that collection, which is fantastic. Let me run you back through exactly what you are getting within that collection. Really love this, the embossing folder coming along with the corresponding stencil for you as well there. So that embossing folder, you've got the stencil, you use the two together, create something absolutely gorgeous. Then we also have here your 3D embossing folder there too. So much gorgeous dimension on that particular one. This here is your scattered leaves. I think you're going to get absolutely loads of use out of this. A really great stencil. You can run that through to emboss as well if you so wish. This here is your round wood slice. We then have your Harvest Festival stamps and dies. Really think about creating a scene with these. I imagine these along the bottom, something like a double Z fold card would look beautiful. This here is your pumpkin patch that you've got. Really brilliant for around those harvest times. I think definitely Halloween projects would look wonderful used creating this. The autumnal tree, that's one of those layering stamps, and yes, it's all can be autumnal, but think about changing up the colourways, having that more spring or summer theme. There's definitely something you could do and play around with. You've got the toadstools in here, these wonderful skeleton leaves, very abstract and modern, and work brilliantly on their own, or alongside the Hello Autumn, which is the leaves there with the skeletons die cut onto them too. You've got that thanks sentiment with also the stamps that correspond there as well. Then you've got your heartfelt wishes, which are all of those beautiful sentiments, and some little embellishments in here as well. So if you want to just accent a project, it's going to be great to allow you to do that. You've also got the thankful and blessed within there as well. Now, I thought I just heard Georgina tell me how much the stock was gone, and I'm thinking to myself, no, that must be incorrect. Can you just clarify, Georgina, that was what you meant? 40% of the stock has gone. This is the back in stock. We know what happened with the earlier 2 bundles. So this was meant to be on tomorrow's launch party show, this time tomorrow. The chances of it being there now are very, very slim. Whether we reconfigure and bring back an even smaller bundle, that could possibly happen, or maybe we'll just leave the individuals now. If you want what is probably the biggest bundle you're going to be able to get your hands on this side of autumn, which is this collection just here, then absolutely get that in your basket, because what you're getting is, you're still getting that great saving. It's still a really good, for a Nature's Garden collection, it's still a really good size selection of crafting materials. 74.02 or 94.72. That's a saving of almost £40 or $45. But then what you're going to be able to do is use your Club Inspired discount on top of that as well. Takes it down to under £60, just over $75. You can get your order placed right away. There is a lot of you with that now in your basket over on the website. Very, very busy on that. I know we didn't have this bundle in place when the earlier ones sold out, and a lot of you were waiting around. Now is your opportunity if you did miss out in that earlier show. Patricia says, Joe, I think they're called veins, not skeletons. I think you're right, Patricia. Why do I want to keep calling them skeletons, Debbie? I don't know. I'll try and get it right from now on, Patricia. Thanks for your help. Barbara says, so much fun watching today. Hi, Debbie and Joe. Hi, Barbara. Lorraine says, I am absolutely in love with this autumnal collection. Mary Lee says, FYI, for the solid leaves, cut out, spritz very lightly with water, wad them up, gently unfold, allow to dry, and use Dauber to add ink into the creases.
Very nice.
Love that
I love
idea.
that.
Really,
Joe, the
really love
reason
that
you're
idea.
calling them skeleton, because that's the name of the dye.
The skeleton.
Yeah, they're called skeleton leaves.
Ah!
So that might be where you're getting it from.
Je suis understand, that's probably where it came from. Right, next. Let me share with you what we're going to next. The scene builders. Let me show you how these work. So these are what you're creating with them. And I think they are amazing because they make something that's so unusual, so very different, and also very, very dimensional as well. So you can see from the side there the amount of dimension that you have. And then when you bring them this way together, I just think they are cute. You definitely could hang these if you wanted to. Nothing to stop you doing that. A variety of different themes here. So you've got that wonderful Christmas tree, you've got the nativity scene, and you've also then got it's not my village, you've got your Christmas village here as well. It's not, I mean, I don't own a whole village, could barely afford an apartment, let alone a village. What are you getting though? Let me show you what you are getting, of course, for your money within here. So within the Christmas tree, you get the worker element. So the worker element is going to create sort of all of the structure for you. And then you've got your edgeables which fit within there, and also a stencil within each of these two. So you've got the Christmas tree, you're then going to get that awesome Away in a Manger, and you will receive the Christmas village. It's your Christmas village, not my Christmas village. But brilliant that you've got the stencils in there as well that go with that. 32.22 or 37.38. A minimal investment really when you consider it's going to give you a completely brand new concept, Debbie.
Yeah, absolutely. I love these, Joe. I think they're just something really different, really unique, and it just offers someone something different to send for Christmas. We send the usual Christmas cards, which are all beautiful, but these ones really do look amazing. They stand proud on wherever you're going to put them. They look really pretty, and I love the fact that you can do anything with them. So you can see with this one, the outside area has been embossed, and then a silver gilding polish has has been added around the edge, so our gilding wax, and then just everything added. But they just offer all that dimension. Look at this, using that fake snow. So if you want to go for Sara's collection, the watercolour, you've got fake snow in there, and it looks, I mean, that's incredible, isn't it? It's such a beautiful piece. You can keep these nice and contemporary. You can do them in whatever colours that you want to. You can see there how three-dimensional they are, and lots of different things you can do with them. Using your glitter cards, so you don't even have to colour them. You just paper piece over the top, and they look great. We're going to be demoing using this one. I love the fact that you haven't got to choose, so you go for all of them, and then you're able to get that main worker die element. Just so a few more, and then I always show this one at the last one, showing something completely different with it. So you can use them as a card topper and have that shaker element if you want to, or just choose to just have them onto your card. You could also cut this entire thing out of inside your card and have it as an aperture, and then you could have inside your card all the layers in the background, which would look quite cool as well. So lots of different things you can do with them, and it just shows your Christmas cards don't just have to be flat and normal Christmas cards. We can do something really different with them. So the concept of them, you're getting all three. So these pieces here, which are the pieces that you slot your sides into, you have two of those, and you have these little discs which cover all your workings. These ones and this worker die will actually come with the Oh Christmas Tree, so you'll get everything you need in that one pack. And then the next two packs that you'll get in, so you'll have the Christmas Village and this gorgeous design, which is the Away in a Manger. That will, each one will come with its own set of stencils. So this one you can see you can build it up, so you can build up all your sort of different I don't know what you would call these. What do you call them? Palaces, I assume. Are they like what do they call the houses in like Egypt, Bethlehem, Jerusalem? I don't know what you call them. Joe, I thought you would know that. Well, no, you've then got all these, which are your stars. I suddenly thought, oh, what do you call them? Let us know if anybody knows what they're called.
Like temples, I would call
aren't they? Temples. Yes, they must be like temples. Yes. Yeah, it must be the one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure our lovely viewers will let us know.
I'm Googling.
Yes, Google. Yes. Yeah, I can't even think what they're called. They're not domes, are they? They look like domes. We'll just do a dome card. Right, so what I'm going to do with this is place this main worker die. We're going to cut these out. Now you will need 3 of these. I'm also just going to cut these little side pieces and our little squares and run those through. So nice and easy. So when you're making cards like this, you just decide what medium you want to use. So if you want to use your alcohol colouring pens, you can. If you want to use your ink pads, you can. If you want to use your watercolours, you can. So the choice is yours, and that's the main thing with these, is everything is down to you of what you want to use. So we've got these pieces cut out. So I'm just taking them bits out, keep them to the side. So you've got 2 pieces, and you can see these ones have 3 slots in them, which is where you slot your workings into. Now once you've got that one, you would cut another 2 more, but I'm going to show you, don't need to see me cut them all, but I'm going to show you how you go about doing these pieces here. So I'm going to take this main die and we're going to pop that on the inside here. Now also inside the Christmas tree one, you will get, let me just bring this one out. Oops. As well as all your stencils, you will get the inside part of the die as well. So it's this part and this part you just get with Oh Christmas Tree. I don't believe you can buy them separately. Now this one will go over the top. You could do it 2 ways, so let's do it this way first. Show you that you can pop this on, going to bring in some low tack tape, just holding that into place. So that will go right round that edge, and you actually have a line that governs where you put it. There is an embossed line across here for where this tells you this bit is embossed into, so you know exactly where you put that dome shaped die. And all that will do, that will cut that dome into it, but it won't cut across the bottom, which allows you to then put these dies which haven't got a bottom cutting edge into that design. So once you've done that, we'll take that one off. Just take my tape away gently so we don't rip any of that. and then we're going to pop this one across there, so you can see from the cutting edge to the other cutting edge, you just lay your die in there, and they've been designed to work perfectly for you. So let's pop that onto there and run that one back
Minarets,
through.
Karen suggests. Are we thinking minarets?
I've heard of that before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
I mean, we've come up with nothing better than that, so let's go with that one, Karen.
Go with the minarets.
Because, I mean, amongst all of us in the studio, no one has come up with anything.
We always say that every day's a school day. So when we take that
It's a good
away...
job you don't go to the School of Crafters TV, though, because this syllabus will be very empty this evening.
Yeah, but that's why we have our lovely people out there that can tell us all these things. We don't need to know nothing, Joe. We just hope for the best. Plod along. Right, so that gives you your background, and then when you start to build them up, I'm going to bring these ones in. You'll have your background, so you'll have your first background one, then you'll have your Mary and Joseph, and then you've got the wise men as well, which look amazing. I mean, it looks gorgeous just in the white, doesn't it? So let's take these two away to start with, and then what we're going to do is build up our background scene. So I'm going to bring in our ink pads. I'm going to use our lemon tonic and our parakeet. So now these are our blending water reactive ink pads. I'm going to start in the middle, and we're just going to use that. Oh, I think I've got a dirty ink dauber because I put a little smudge in there, but I'm not going to worry too much. So I'm just putting plenty into the centre there. And then what we're going to do is bring in that blue, grab another dauber, and we're going to start inking around the outside. And then just bringing that in. And I'm slightly going to overlap because that will then go into the yellow and create a sort of green ombre there. And you can just keep building the colour up. We want to make this quite rich. And
The water reactives are the most popular ones, aren't they, that sell,
yes.
Debbie? What is it about these that's so awesome?
I think it's because they're the blendable ones that you can blend. They're also the ones that you can do so many different techniques with. We've all got our favourites. My favourites are the pigments, just because I love heat embossing. It's probably the only thing you can't do with these. But you just keep building up your colours, and they just work really well. You can faux bleach with these, Joe, so they look amazing. So I'm going to bring this one in just so you can see how we're building up that colour. Keep building up your colour. I've just then stamped Season's Greetings across the top there, so we've got that in. And then what I'm going to do is bring in the stencils. So you can do this with however you want to do them. So I think we're going to put the trees across the background there. So I'm just going to grab I'm hoping I've got a grey colour. So I've got this sort of baby blue, which I think will work as well because it's quite a faded colour. Just bring that pad in, because all I want that to do is just show a little bit through there so we can see those trees. There we go. Just in the background. So when we take that away, you can see we start to see those gorgeous palm trees there. We've also got, I mean, if we wanted to do that row of houses, we can also just go at the top and just bring those into play. And it's just a case of just dabbing that over and creating that scene. Your metallic inks would work really, really well, because they would really highlight that. But you can see it's like all
that's
that
awesome.
in the distance.
Like a shadow, isn't it?
I know, it looks amazing, doesn't it? So let's pop those out the way. So that gives us that one there. Then let's bring in our next one. Now, with these, you can use whatever you want to colour them in. So let's grab a piece of card, and I'm just for quickness, I'm going to bring my tri-blend in. So let's just do, we'll just colour this one. And actually, it's quite a good idea to colour these with like a black piece of card underneath, and then you'd be able to see where you've not coloured in, if that makes sense, because you can't actually sort of see where they are when you're, because it's white on white.
Patricia's saying when she creates a background in the same way you did with the water reactives, she sometimes gets harsh lines in her projects. Any tips to stop that happening, Debbie?
You could just keep going over it, but what I would suggest is when you are blending, so as it comes to blending, put your ink onto your mat first.
Okay. Okay.
So you don't put so much
So it
on
could just be a case of having too much ink on the
and that's
blending
exactly
tool.
what it is,
Okay.
yeah, too much ink. I was doing that myself with this one. As you can see, when you're blending it in, I wasn't blending enough from my mat, but if the more you build up, the more you can see, you can actually cover all that workings as well.
Excellent.
So keep building that one up. I'm going to bring these in now because you don't want to see me colouring the whole thing. So I'm going to bring these ones in that I've done. So I've got that background there. I've just coloured them in with my pens, put a little bit more of ink at the bottom, then got this one on the top and put a strip across there. And then we've got our background one. And when you put those all together, look how awesome those backgrounds now look. So you've got those in the distance, you've got your stencils, and then you've got all this layering. So the trick of these is to layer them up is by using these little side panels, which are great. So start off with your back one, and what you're going to do is just thread them through. So if you sort of do them to the side, they will just slot into there. And then we're just going to do our next one. So I always do them where you're slotting in sort of one after the other on one side, and then you can do your other side. It just seems a lot easier to do that way. And then our next one just slots into there as well. And then if I bring that up, you'll be able to see what we've got, all those extra pieces all slotted in. Now what we want to do is glue them together. So what I am going to do is just grab my little glue bottle. So let's bring Gloria in and use our tacky glue. I prefer to use tacky glue because it's the strongest and it will also hold everything really well together. It's very strong. So I'm just putting it on all sides to hold that in. Now with tacky glue, it's best just to let air get to it to make it go a little bit tacky before you start folding them all in. But we're going to just fold these pieces into each other and then the side bits right in, and then just hold them down. So what I am going to do is just bend that, because if I bend it, it will make it flat and that will all just hold together. I'm just going to hold it down while making sure they're all straight across the bottom. Just hold it down for a few seconds till it takes. And then you'll see that we've got these panels that we've cut out. These then hide your workings, so we can, although mine have got a bit inky, but you'll be more careful with yours. I mean, you could cut them out of coloured card. You haven't just got to put white card on them. You could even cut all your backgrounds out of coloured card as well. So that just makes it look a lot neater. I'm putting my ink through everything. I really should wipe that away, but not to worry. And then, so that gives us, so you can see straight away, that's given us our extra slots there. Let's just bring that in. That's got a bit stuck. There we go. And then on the other side, we're going to do exactly the same and slot those in. So taking that background one, slot that down. Then our next one.
It's quite a straightforward concept, isn't it, once you get your head around it, once you see it explained. I mean, you look at it though and think, how on earth has someone managed to achieve that? But if you didn't own these dies, you hadn't seen these dies, I think, and that's a great thing, because you're going to give them to people and they're going to be really intrigued as to how you've done it, really impressed by them. Oh, totally. I think they are really impressive dies. Yeah, absolutely, Joe. So again, let's just take those, or fold those down. Oh, wrong way, fold that one in. And the next one. Then we're going to fold that one on top, and then just fold, oh, I haven't glued those bits, so just put glue onto those end bits. Yeah, they're definitely a nice, easy concept, and you're right, once you have got your head around how they go together, and then because we can fold that flat as well, so they do fold flat, so for posting, just going to fold that all in together. There we go. That's it, so hold that down. Colour combos on here are awesome, Debbie. Yeah, they look beautiful, don't they? Really love it with this vibrant pop of colour. Yeah, it's nice to do some brightly coloured things, especially for Christmas cards. It reminds me, actually, we spent one Christmas in the Caribbean, went away on holiday for Christmas. Oh, how nice. Went to the Dominican Republic. And a lot of like the Christmas stuff, like nativity stuff and the religious things, have got a real vibrancy to them, like this kind of thing. I don't know if you've ever been to like a church in the Caribbean or something like that. It's always the most wonderful, like vibrant colours. This has definitely got that kind of vibe about it. Yeah, absolutely. I don't think you have to have, I mean, Christmas is the time where you can really celebrate, isn't it, and go to town with all your different colours. Oh, have you decided what you're doing for Christmas yet, Debbie? It's like the one thing we all decide on, isn't it, like months and months and months in advance.
Yeah, I think so. I think we've finally sorted what we are going to do. It's difficult, isn't it, when you're trying to please the whole family?
Of course.
Yeah, so I think we're going to go Christmas Eve and stay at my daughter's.
Nice.
Which, yeah, and I can't wait because it means I get to wake up with my granddaughters, and they're only 2 and 6, and they just so believe in Christmas.
Of course.
So
of course they do, because what's not to believe?
Yeah, absolutely. Of course, Joe, of course. and it's so exciting. They just absolutely love it.
Well, that sounds gorgeous.
Yeah, before I do anything more, Joe, because that is our card. Now you can just leave that at that. It stands up beautifully, looks lovely, but I thought we'd actually put that onto a card. Now with this card, I've done a 6x6 card. Can you see the shape of it? Well, the shape I've got by drawing round this piece. So if you just place this onto here with the, I can't remember how I did it now, it was this way. That way there, so popping that onto there and then just drawing round that edge, you get the shape of the dome. So it means we can create a really unusual easel card. So I'm going to take my pen, I've got it somewhere, there it is, pop our glue down the sides and then pop that inside. So I'm just tying in that gorgeous blue with the blue on the bottom, and then we're going to use this easel card to stand our card up. So I'm just going to make sure that's really well creased along there, and then we're actually going to stick our whole base onto this card. So I'm going to glue all this area. So let me just get our fine tip glue. I can glue all around the edges and up. So I love the tiny little glue bottles because you get that real precision in there. And then I'm going to line this up along the bottom and just hold that down there. And it will only glue to where we've put that glue on that side. And then I've got a little bow here, which I'm just going to put some foam pads on, and that will act as our stopper. So we're keeping it nice and bright and vibrant. And on the other side, and take those off, and then when we stand that up we can then pop our bow into place, and that will act as our little stopper. So if I turn that round, you can see we've then got our beautiful little easel card, but a more unusual one.
Really beautiful. I think that's awesome. Our social media superstar SJ is asking me what my Christmas plans are. Hopefully, fingers crossed, Debbie, my friend is a cabin crew for Virgin Atlantic, and if he gets a Christmas trip, he has to be away for Christmas, they get to take someone with them.
Oh, no.
So he said that if he gets a Christmas trip, I can go with him this year. So we're hoping for I don't know.
Joe.
He usually, so it's quite a complicated system. You basically have to bid on where you want to go, and then it all gets sorted out.
Wow.
But we're fingers crossed for New York or Washington would be the top two. Maybe it won't happen, who knows? And then if it doesn't happen, I won't find out till the last minute. So I'll probably be on my own at home if it doesn't work out.
Oh, Joe,
Anyway,
you can't be on your own.
We'd be there for about 3 nights, I think, something like that. So it'd be lovely little break over
Very
Christmas.
nice.
Yes, that's a really, really beautiful project, Debbie. Lovely to see it mounted up onto something else as well, because I often think of these and just think of them being sort of as is, or you give them as they were. But nice to see that you can incorporate them into something larger. Also, I guess, could you connect them? I don't know would you want to connect them? I'm not sure. I'm seeing some sort of card with 2 or 3 of them together on there, Debbie.
Or you could do a long easel card and have 2 that are standing
easel.
up. Yeah, you could do a triple easel with them.
A triple easel?
Yes.
3D scene dome collection? Yes, please. Right, so I told you I was in a weird mood tonight, didn't I? I did. Right, let me take you back through what you're getting in there. So you've got Oh Christmas Tree. The Christmas tree one is what's got the worker elements. It's going to do all the construction for you. They've all got their different stencils in there too, which is awesome. You've then got the Away in a Manger, which is that nativity scene one. And then you've also got My Christmas Village, just called Christmas Village, which is this one just here, again with the stencils in there. £32.22, £37.38, which is an amazing price to get all of those. Debbie, can we put out our missing persons, please, for the last 1 hour and 33 minutes of this show? Where has it gone? What time did you think it was? I thought it was about 5 to 8, didn't you?
Yeah, genuinely, I just looked at the time. I wouldn't have known that.
8. We could just stay a little bit longer. Half of this. Right, let me come back over here. Do I need to go back through it, Georgina? Maybe I should. Maybe that wasn't the clear-cut response I was looking for, but not to worry. I'll take that as a yes. I don't think we're going to have it for launch party, essentially, so I don't want you to miss out on it. And it happened in the earlier launch party show where I went through it and said, you know, launch day show, sorry, and said you need to be quick, it is going to go. Half the stock's now gone. There's a lot of this sat in baskets at the moment. I know a lot of you maybe missed the earlier launch day show. You will have missed out on it. We have worked, the royal we, the team over across in HQ have worked so hard to bring back another bundle for you, and they have managed to do it. Let me take you through what you're going to get in here. It's going to be the biggest bundle I'm pretty sure you're going to have a chance to get your hands on. So you've got your embossing folder with corresponding stencil. Then you've got your autumn foliage. This is a beautiful 3D embossing folder. You've got your scattered leaf stencil. This is the round wood slice that's coming in. They're going to be great for Thanksgiving, but also wonderful for maybe more masculine themes of cards. Then you've got your stamps and dies in there too, which is your Harvest Festival. This one here is your pumpkin patch. Very, very Halloween-y, that one. You've got your autumnal tree, which is that beautiful layering stamp, and you get the sentiment in there with that too. Forest toadstools is this one just here. Then you've got your skeleton leaves. So this is the one with the skeleton. Yeah, this is why I was getting confused, because this one's called skeleton. Georgine's having a right good old chuckle in there to herself. This is really tickled at this. So this is a skeleton leaves, which is the skeleton of the leaves, which are brilliant on their own. These are your Hello Autumn, and these have the veins of the leaves, which you also die cut separately. Only took me all day, but we got there. Then you've got your thanks here as well, which comes with your different sentiments. So you can say, with grateful thanks, thanks for everything you do, it's appreciated more than you could know, thanks. So there are those, and then 2 separate sets of sentiments within there as well. I'm pretty confident this is going to be the biggest collection of this you're going to see now, since the original collection sold out. What you've also got, of course, in there as well is the 6x6 pad too. With beautiful autumnal imagery in there, some wonderful patterns, lots of nice checks in there as well, which really lend themselves to this time of year. Nice big focal imagery as well, so if you want to fussy cut that, you've definitely got the option to, and a really glorious range of colours as well. £74 too, or $94.72, saving you almost £40, almost $45 there. Over half the stock though now has already sold out and gone. Beth Fralick says, Joe can come to South Carolina and spend Christmas with me and my family. Thanks, Beth. That's a very, very kind offer. Katie Wilson says, it's going to be very cold though, isn't it? Is it going to be cold in South Carolina, Beth? You let me know. Katie
Don't tell him it's going to be cold, Beth, because he won't be coming.
Well, I mean, it's going to be cold in New York, isn't it? And Washington. I mean, it's going to be freezing.
Joe, are you going to turn down an opportunity to go to stay with someone just because it's cold?
Absolutely not. No. Absolutely. I mean, but if I had the option of going in the winter or the summer, I'll see you in the summer. Kathy says, can you tell me the size of the aperture on the elegant snow globe? I'll need to hunt for the arch and acetate domes in the wild. Debbie, have you got one over there? Yeah, Debbie's got one over there.
Yeah, I'm just getting it. So it says, so I see what you mean. You want to know the aperture. The
aperture, size of the aperture.
So let me grab my ruler and I will tell you, hopefully you don't mind it in inches. The aperture is 3 3/4.
3 3/4.
Yeah, 3 3/4. In centimetres, just in case you work in centimetres, it's 9.5 centimetres. 9.5
centimetres. There you go. I hope that helps, Katie. A lot of people talking with the autumn blessings, how they're going to use it with other stuff. A lot of people talking about the gnome collection. It would go really, really well with the gnome collection. I thought that actually when I was looking at the toadstools that were in there earlier, and definitely the characters from the gnomes I could see fitting beautifully in here. A farmhouse was another one that was suggested and cropped up a lot. Woodland Friends is another one that would fit beautifully with this. Also, I think things like the Woodland Friends luxury card pack would go really, really well with this too. So they really do, our designers here at Crafts Companion really do think about this when they're putting them together, how they're going to work and interact with the other collections.
That wood slice with all the animals from Woodland Friends sitting on it. Or, the wood slice. And then the little animals from Woodland's Friends, they could all sit on the wood slice. That would be very cute.
That would be awesome. Now, should we do demo of the show now, or should we do it in a little while, Debbie?
I don't mind.
We better do it now because we've got demo of the show and demo of the day, haven't we?
Yes.
So should we do demo of the show now?
Let's bring them in shall we?
Let's do that.
Right, so I'm not sure what order, I can't remember we did the autumn blessing first. Autumn Blessing, brush lettering. Well, there we go. So we'll do it this one. So number 1 is our Autumn Blessing. Number 2 is our, so number 1.
Awesome.
Number 2.
Yep.
Number 3, which was Sara's signature.
Beautiful.
And then number 4 was the dome card. So
amazing.
Pop that in the front.
1, 2, 3, or 4.
Yeah.
You choose. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion over on YouTube. Beth has come back. She says it's never cold in South Carolina, especially if you're here, Joe.
Beth, behave yourself.
Oh, Beth.
Behave yourself, Beth.
I have missed you, Beth. I really, really have. Beth, whilst I was away, she was counting down the number of, I've seen the comments, days, hours, minutes, seconds until my return. I'm very, I really did feel the love from Beth whilst I was
true love,
away on my holiday. She was missing me, apparently, is what I got from that. Anyway, yeah, get voting. We'll reveal that in just a moment. But I know you've got loads of awesome, beautiful creations that have been made in this collection, haven't you, Debbie?
I always love to show samples because our design team are honestly the best we have out there. They're amazing. So this first one is absolutely stunning from Lisa West. When you open it up, it's got that gorgeous sentiment in there that comes with that die. So thanks for everything you do. Just a really nice way. She's even done that inside. So this one is actually the embossing folder. You can see on the outside, and then she's done the white piece on the middle. It really is beautiful. You've got then that gorgeous embossing folder. I mean, look at that with the pine cones, those leaves, and then having all these additional elements that you can put onto your cards. You've got that beautiful the word's gone out my mouth and I even just said it a minute ago.
Slice?
Slice, that's what it is. Log slice, yes. Log slice, wood slice. Totally gone out my head. Adore this one. I know you know that it's very popular, all the DL cards at the moment. Another one, this embossing folder comes with a stencil, just in case you're wondering how we get that amazing detail in there. Being able to create home decor pieces. I mean, we all want to be able to do stuff like that. So for Thanksgiving, for Halloween, anything like that, this collection is going to go a long way. And there's so many elements in this collection that you can use time after time and for all different months of the year. And Joe's right, these ones here, the actual toadstools, are going to just go with so many different collections that we've got, and lots of collections coming up as well. So earlier we did a technique, and I want to recap on that because it's a really cool technique to do. So let's bring this one in. I'm bringing in just the stencil, and I'm going to bring in a piece of a cardstock. Now what I am going to bring in is I'm going to use the aqua pens. So you will find these on the website, but aqua pens are great for doing different techniques, but also creating them with with glycerin to make ink pads.
So this is the Monday Mega Deal, I believe, isn't it? The tricolour markers,
yes.
Absolutely.
Yes,
can I just quickly share with you what else you get? So you get all the pens that Debbie's about to show you. You will also get the ink pad that you need to create with that. You'll also get the rocker blocks, and you get the watercolour cardstock as well. So a really great starter collection on those. It is the Monday Mega Deal though, so it will only last for 24 hours. So if you want them, you will need to be fast.
Yeah, it's an amazing deal, isn't it? So I'm using lots of different colours, and let's bring some orange in there as well. Now, what I'm doing, if you've got any, I mean, this is a great, if you want to go some watercolour pens, these pens are incredible. You can see you don't need a lot of ink on these. And also, I'm using glycerin. Now, this is just like, you know, you can buy glycerin from the chemist, like glycerin and lemon for your throat. But you can also buy glycerine, which is from the bakers for cakes, and it will work exactly the same way because it's like an oily substance, but it's a natural substance which you can put into something and it won't affect anything, but it's great for your card making. So all you're going to do is take a little, I mean, you can see I'm using hardly any. I'm going to pick that up, and I'm not putting too much on. What I want to do as I'm doing that, I'm turning my ink applicator around to really sort of blend in all of that glycerin into there. I don't want too much. I want it so when I push down I can sort of see it being left on the counter, and then I can start picking it up. So I'm going to lay this over my cardstock. I'm using watercolour card, and I'm just going to pick up our lightest colour first. So let's pick up some yellow, and I'm going to start to sort of dab that through. So just add in some texture onto our leaves. And it just is a nice effect. And you can use this with any paints or anything you want, but you'll be able to do it using this technique if you use the glycerin. Sorry, Joe, was you about to say something?
Number one is the demo of the day, so that's the
Oh.
Watercolour Christmas, isn't it?
Yes.
It's the Watercolour Christmas.
Number one.
Oh.
Number one, yeah, sorry, was the Autumn Blessing.
Oh, I mean, talk about sent to try me, Debbie. Honestly, at the end of day 2. We have to let people know that we do really get on, don't we, Debbie? We are like properly good mates.
Oh, absolutely.
Because it was commented recently that we have been known to be a little bit mean to each other on air. And I think sometimes if you were tuning in for the first time, I mean, I can see how you would maybe think, yeah, they're not really getting on.
We love
Georgina
each other.
thinks I'm meaner to Georgina. Fair point. Let me come and get your other card from this first show today as well.
Yeah, but I want to show it afterwards. You'll have to show it, Joe. So I'm going to put a bit of green in here just to add
I'm only
a
mean
little
to
bit
people
of
I like.
darkness.
That's all I'm saying. Putting it out there.
Yeah, I can assure you, me and Joe are very good friends.
No, Nicola's like, well, he's never mean to me. Honestly, you just can't win. I mean, I am constantly sweetness and light. I won't have anyone say anything else about it.
Well, I wouldn't say that. Can I just pause you there for a moment? Would you mind? Yeah, absolutely.
Is that all right?
Absolutely.
If we just
You
do a
go
quick pause,
ahead.
and I can just get the vote for the card of the day underway, if that's all right, Debbie.
Yeah.
So it's card number 1. I have a feeling you might win today. Oh no, maybe you won't.
Oh, no, I think Sara might win. Don't say that, Joe.
I didn't mean that how it came out. That wasn't how I meant it. What I meant was, for a split second, I thought you'd done all 3 shows. I think you're going to win today.
Joe.
And then I realised Sara did the middle show.
Poor Sara.
Card number 1 is this one from Wake Up Call. You can vote for this card here. It is card number 1. Or you can vote for number 2, which is this one.
Funny? It's All Autumn Blessings.
All Autumn Blessings. Or you can vote for number 3. The choice is yours. Get voting right now. Crafters TV on Facebook, Crafters Companion on YouTube. It's been a long day today, hasn't it? You can tell it's been a long one. Right, back to you, Debbie.
We got another one to go tomorrow. Right, I didn't take it away. Your face then. Right, I'm going to take this away so you can see then underneath. So bringing that away, we've got that beautiful effect on there, which looks really cool. But don't waste this, because what I am going to do, now you either wet a piece of kitchen towel or just bring in a kitchen wipe, because you do need it wet. But if you just run this over the top, you will find that you're not only cleaning your stencil, you're creating a really awesome watercolour background as well. So just going through all them, just bringing that all down, just making sure all of that's clean. And then when you pick that one up off the side, you've then got that coming out on there. I've put a bit too much wet through there, but when it dries, you'll have this really great effect. Now, what you can do as well, and what we learned earlier, that if you was to use embossing powder, you can actually emboss this even though it's glycerin. I didn't know you could do this, but because it was still wet, I thought, I wonder if we can do it. So I decided to give it a try, and it works a treat. There's just a couple of little things to remember. It is a substance that goes into bakery or into cooking or into like medicines and things. So what you do need to be careful of is burning it, because and we're putting a glitter on the top. Well, this is a glitter embossing powder, so just be really careful when you're heating it up, because it will smoke just slightly. So I'm going to bring all that out, but because it's glycerin, it leaves it, you can see that's almost gone like a really faded colour. Now, when you put the heat tool over the top of it, what you'll find is it will just blow all that away, so it won't do too much. So what you want to do is go underneath. So I'm just going to lift this up, and we're going to do this from underneath, and you'll be able to see. So I would keep it moving, don't try to keep it into one spot, but once it starts to go, it just makes a really cool effect. The other thing it does is it takes a little bit longer as well, not only because you're doing it underneath, but also because it's not an actual wet ink. the pigment inks. It's actually just glycerin that we are asking it to hold on to that embossing powder. But it's a really cool technique and it looks really good when you've done it. Now obviously you could use your pigment inks, but it's just a cool way of knowing that you can do something else with your pens. And I love the fact that we can turn every single one of our aqua pens or our tricolour markers into an ink pad, because then it just means that we've got versatility even more in what we're doing. So I'm just going all the way here. It's pretty cool though, isn't it, Joe?
Yes, so cool. Such a really, really great technique, and brilliant that you can do that with, you know, aqua markers, which you'd never think about doing. I'm guessing your aqua markers, all your tricolour markers, are going to be perfect for doing that. And of course, then you can still do all those wonderful watercolour techniques as well, the faux bleaching. Also, can you do the salt technique with things, with these sort of pens, Debbie?
Can you use what?
Can you do the salt technique with these?
Oh yes, everything. Everything you could do with any watercolours, you would be able to do with these pens. All it means is you have to wet your card quite a bit and just make sure that you've put enough dampness into your card to allow your that technique.
Does it smell like candy floss over there again?
Yeah, it does. It does smell like that.
It must be the sugar in the glycerin.
Yeah, but look at that. I mean, it's so pretty. You just create great effects with that. And Joe's got the card that we made in the earlier show. So you then cut that out and can create different ones. And the one I've done earlier, I've got another one here which we've done. So you can do it in whatever different colours that you want, and the effect just turns out really good. But the fact that you get that shimmer in there and that real glossy shine is just incredible. I love this collection, Joe.
And the great thing about them is, in that part of the Monday Mega Deal, if you want to go for the tricolour markers, you are getting a full set in here, which is excellent. So you're going to get the essential neutrals with those 9 different colours across those 3 pens. You've got the Great Outdoors, your Floral Meadow, and you've got your colour basics within there too, which is awesome. I'll just give you the details again for the Monday Mega Deal, because you're also going to receive in there the ink pad, which is great, as well as the rocker blocks, and you'll get the watercolour cardstock in there as well. I'll just remind you of those details again. Details are just here, $39.96 or $59.80. Beth has messaged me. She says, Joe, I'd love to have a picture of you to put in my craft room. Hubby said no to put it in the bedroom, but we'll still see.
That's hilarious.
Oh, Beth. Honestly, look, I've gone completely beat. Beth is without a doubt my number one fan. I think it's fair to say. Gosh, imagine waking up to this. Some poor
Joe! No. Joe, I've not seen you blush like that before.
I'm getting myself in like Beth has just started to dig the hole, and I'm now digging it deeper and deeper and deeper for myself. Not to say that I look rough in the morning, Debbie, but my phone doesn't recognise me. You know, facial recognition doesn't work in the morning. Honestly, I look like a knee when I wake up. It just doesn't work. I have to physically put the code in.
You do know you have to open your eyes.
Sorry? I do, but I don't know what happens. It just doesn't work in the morning. Definitely better waking up to a picture than the real thing, I'm sure. Anyway, let's move on. Brush lettering collection is where we are going next. Right. I've got myself a bit flustered there, I'll be honest with you.
Do you want me to take over, Joe?
Sorry?
Do you want me to take over?
Maybe 2. 7 minutes left. The brush lettering is where we're going to go to next. So you've got happy birthday in this one just here. Thank you so very much. Really usable sentiments. Hello from me to you. Happy holidays. We've also got thinking of you. Christmas wishes in there, season's greetings, and also Merry Christmas. 44.74 or 55.72. I'd imagine. What are you a good morning person, Debbie? I imagine you just wake up and glide out of the bedroom looking absolutely fabulous. fabulous in the morning, like
Yeah,
just ready
absolutely.
to go.
Yeah, absolutely. But I am a morning person, so as soon as I'm up, I'm like, yay, let's go.
No. Anyway, brush lettering.
That's why I was out the door this morning. Joe wasn't even out of bed.
No, Debbie was long gone this morning before I woke up.
Yeah. Right, so Joe, we've got a last minute. I know we haven't got long, but we will fit another demo in. I'm determined to, with the brush lettering. I love these ones, and I'm just going to show a really quick, different technique that you can do with them. So I've got a Christmas one this time. I'm going to the contemporary colours again, because I do like a contemporary Christmas card. I'm using the quick drying ink, and I'm using the pink tulip. So when you stamp this down, what I am going to do is I'm just going to find the centre of my card. So I'm going to place it onto my mat. So we've got sort of 2 squares there, so I know this bit is my centre. I'm just going to roughly stamp that into the centre of my card, just faintly. You can see that beautiful Christmas along there. And then we're going to do that again, and then we're going to do above and below. So we're just filling the card with that gorgeous sentiment. So pop that into place, and then we'll stamp on the top piece, and then at the bottom. So it's just a case of doing your middle stamp first, because then you know you've allowed yourself enough room to fit the other 3 in, or the other 2 in. And then stamp that. So nice and quick, and really nice and light, this one. I do love the pink tulip. And then we've got our crushed velvet. So this time I've got a pigment ink pad, and I know we're going to be short on time, so I'm not going to worry too much about heat embossing it, but my finished one is heat embossed, so you can see it. But this time what we're going to do is get our wishes. We're going to pick that up. Let's take this one off. Pop that one back onto there and pick this one up. So there we go. And then we'll ink this one up. So it's just doing a coordinating colour. Always do a darker colour with this over the top, because then you see it a bit more clearer. Just tap that.
Hannah Hicks wants a photo of John. Where do you want to put it though, Hannah? That's the question. In the craft room. All the pictures should say in the craft room. We need to get some pictures that we can sign and send out to people.
Yes, we should do that. So I'm going to bring this one in, Joe. So all I've done is exactly the same, but I've heat embossed this, so you've got that shiny wishes going through, and then I just added a couple of gems. So just gives it a little bit more interest. That's what I really love about cards, adding extra interest, things that people will take notice of and see that you've gone out your way and done something just a slight bit different. So I'm just going to tape my pads on. So pop this into place. So we're just doing some layering, and I'm using just some pretty papers.
Can I just show you how quickly you can make a nice quick card with these though, Debbie?
Oh, totally. I mean, really all I've done is cut my card to size, because the actual topper itself was so quick to do. So we're going to then layer this one on top. I do love layers, Joe. It's one of my things to do, is to make sure you've got all different layers. And I like also adding in a third colour. So adding in that sort of white, pink and purples just look really cool together. And then we're just going to put a bit of tape on and have a little bit of a jaunty angle there. In fact, we'll put that way. And then I've just got a bow to finish that off. We'll pop that at the top. And there we go. So nice and quick and simple, but if you're batch making, they're great cards to do, because they don't take no time at all to do. Mat and layer all your different papers, and you've got a card as quick as that.
Absolutely awesome, very, very quick. Now, the winner of card of the day is number 2, Sara's launch day. So I will pop that up onto the cabinet of creativity that will go up there. I need to go back to the autumn blessings though, again, because I need to let you know that 60% now of the stock has gone. It is a back in stock. Not back in stock, we reconfigured this for you after we lost 2 bundles in the earlier launch day show. If you want to get your hands on it, you've got all the existing hardware that you had in the previous bundles, and you've got the 6x6 paper pad within this particular collection here. It's a brilliant deal for you as well. To get it under £60, just over $75 as a platinum member, I think it's fantastic, especially as it's something so unique. I think that is why it has been so incredibly busy today during its launch. Whether it remains here for launch party tomorrow night, I probably doubt it at this point. If you're watching this show back at a later date, definitely check the website for the current stock situation, see what is going on with that, because it is so incredibly busy. Debbie, what a day we've got to look forward to tomorrow. Triple Debbie Day here on Craft TV.
A triple DJ day. But yeah, it's going to be fabulous. You didn't hear me then, did you, Joe?
DJ Day. I was thinking about me
day.
DJing. Like.
Yes. No, I was thinking me and you, Debbie and Joe. Or JD Day. We have a JD Day, that'd be nice.
There's lots coming up, though, isn't there?
There's lots coming up. There is
we got
so much coming up tomorrow. Well, we've got 2 new launches, can you believe?
2 launches?
2 new launches.
Shut the front door.
Absolutely, yeah, which is going to be amazing. If you've not seen the new jigsaw dies, honestly, stay tuned tomorrow because they are immense. They are very quirky and something a little bit different. We've also got some gorgeous layering stamps which have a little bit of a difference in they have interchangeable sentiments in them as well. So, yeah, great things we've got coming up tomorrow.
Amazing new products coming up. A full day of fun, of course. Wake up call midday here in the UK, 7 a.m. East Coast time. Then we'll have that wonderful launch for you, 3 p.m. in the UK, 10 a.m. East Coast time. And then launch party, 7 p.m. tomorrow evening in the UK, 2 p.m. East Coast time. Don't forget to check out your baskets. I will see you back here for another full day of fun with the lovely Debbie tomorrow on Crafters TV. Take care.